Update. Wife requested I don't drink beer on a weekend trip I paid for. For whatever reason I can't access my old account, so here is a link to the original. Damn. You guys are wild. Definitely won't be coming here for advice anymore. I got responses that I had an alcohol problem. I got PMs recommending I go to AA. Mental health, suicide hotline notifications, etc. I'm not sure if it is everyone's age or the demographic or what, but you people really hate alcohol. For the record, my beer haul for that weekend was a single 12-pack. Anyway, couple days after I posted I had a bit of a breakdown when discussing the weekend's non-beer related plans with my wife. My dad passed unexpectedly a few years ago, and for over a decade before he died, we would take 1 or 2 fishing trips a year when, if we could. We'd get up at 4 a.m. and eat a huge breakfast and then be in the boat before sunrise with our lines wet. When the sun would start coming up we'd each crack beers because it was this kinda symbolic, almost ritual way for us to remind ourselves that at least at that very moment we had no obligations to our bosses, work, all that kinda shit. The freedom, you know. Definitely my favorite memories with him. So it felt weird to do a weekend fishing trip with restrictions because one person out of so many can't handle being around beer. Especially some dude she is just casually dating and I don't even know him. And I am paying for him, everything. So yeah, Anna admitted it was just a reflex because they're always dealing with her sister's weird shit and she just didn't want to deal with it and enjoy the weekend, and when we actually had a full conversation about it she agreed it was kinda dumb, especially since we've done these trips before and everybody likes to enjoy a beer or cocktail or two because it's often their yearly escapism, vacation as well. What sealed the deal was she talked to Phil and he put his foot down and thought the demand was ridiculous. This guy isn't even family. So Sil and boyfriend still came even though there was alcohol and there were zero problems. Turns out Sil was making a way bigger deal than it needed to be. Sounds about right with her. And her boyfriend is actually quite fine around alcohol and the AA was court ordered or something. I don't know. They broke up shortly after the trip, which is what reminded me to send this update. Yeah, so bottom line is you guys are dorks and I still had 5 beers left from that 12-pack after the weekend, so I think I don't need to hit any AA meetings anytime soon. Nice update. Yay, the suicide hotline things are getting wild. Each time you don't agree with someone you end up with them. The flagging system seems a bit flawed and open to abuse. Yeah, this sub be like that sometimes. The idea that you paid for everything and anyone was gonna tell you can't drink is hilarious. Glad you had a good time. I remember your post. I think that I remember thinking that it's pretty excessive request from someone who's not family just yet, new guy, especially going on a trip that someone else paid for. Oh, so it turns out there's no need for drama after all since the Sil is just the drama maker. Sigh. I love this update. I was losing my mind reading comments to your previous post. I found only one decent response. I'm glad it turned out the way it did. And no, wanting to drink a few beers when you take your family for the weekend in the woods isn't a sign of alcoholism. Geez. Bottom line is you guys are dorks. I love this line, made my day. Cheers, pal. A lot of Reddit users are pious self-absorbed entitled narcissists. No wonder they all think you should abstain because somebody else might have an entitlement wobbler. It's his responsibility, not your responsibility. That's the end of it really. Glad you had a good time. Your Sil sounds like one of the aforementioned narcissists. I'd be keeping a wide berth from her. I totally agree. I said I used to drink on one of my posts and they turned it into me being an abusive drunk, which my wife laughed at when I showed her. I just ignore most people on here to enjoy the rest of the comments. People really are dorks. How do I ask my girlfriend for a kiss? My girlfriend and me have been dating for few months now, but we haven't kissed yet and she's my first girlfriend, so I don't really know much. So I don't know if I should ask her directly, wait for Gier to ask, or just wait for it to happen. I like to ask the first few times. May I kiss you? Worked well for me. If you don't want to ask, I'm always a fan of being told, I'd like to kiss you. Let her respond how she pleases. If I want to be kissed, I'll say something of the lines of, so kiss me. ETA. My current partner and I are both in our 30s. We talked extensively about forming a relationship before actually entering one. He still asked if he could kiss me before our first kiss in this roundabout. I'd like to kiss you, way, because consent is huge to both of us. I think you should ask. Maybe she's waiting for you to ask. Worst case scenario, she says she's not at that point yet, and that's okay. IDK about anyone else, but I honestly love being asked for consent. I don't think it ruins the mood at all. Honestly, I think it would be sweet to be asked in the right moment. However, you can wait for it to happen organically. Just pay attention to her body language to determine how comfortable she is. Tell her, "I'd really like to kiss you right now." And let her respond. Smile. Honestly, most people will tell you to make orangutan noises, but I much prefer the African peacock. Much better mating noise. Advice please, sad face. My boyfriend 24 years old decided last night it would be a good idea to pick up a friend he hasn't seen in a while from downtown. He's told me before what she's like. He said he would pick her up and drive her home and that it would be worth it if I went because I have never met her. He blocked my number and lied about it, then messaged me at 3:30 saying they were parked chatting. He showed up at 5:30 a.m. He has work at 8. And I was obviously upset and I said I think it would be good to talk about boundaries and maybe take a little break. His response was I need to mature and rethink my actions because I'm crazy. I know I am the silly one because he does block me regularly but lies and gaslights me about it, but mentally I am stuck to him. Why would he block you if he had nothing to hide? Something fishy is going on. You said, "We need to discuss boundaries and take a break." That is literally the correct thing to do when something happens that makes you feel violated or makes you really upset. Look, I'm not fond of the "just break up" attitude that Reddit often throws around, but I think it should seriously be considered here. If he really blocked your number while he was parked chatting with an old friend, that's way weird. And 2, he told you that you were crazy for saying you wanted to talk and take a break? Eek girl. Yikes. My advice would be to quit wasting your time on him cause he's obviously cheating and treating you bad. He's the one who needs to mature. I'm going to be honest with you, he almost definitely cheating with that girl. Sexual history with her plus not bringing you along plus blocking you from interrupting them plus being gone for hours alone with her plus sacrificing an entire night's sleep before work to spend hours alone with her equals cheating. I'm really sorry. I know this isn't what you want to hear, but it's what you need to hear. He blocks you regularly? This is not normal at all, girl. Stop wasting your time and move on. He's gaslit the fuck out of you to the point that you're mentally stuck. Do what's best for you and leave. When you say he blocks you, do you actually mean he blocks your number? Or is he rejecting the call when he can't answer, at work, driving, etc.? I think you need to tell him exactly how you feel, calmly. Don't set yourself up for a fight, and if he dismisses your emotions again, leave him. As far as the friend he picked up, he's hiding something. He could have introduced the two of you like, "You are both important to me, so my girlfriend is coming with me to pick you up." Either this girl is more than a friend, was more than a friend, or he's hoping she will be more than friend. Boyfriend, 22M, is posting about me, 22F, in a negative group. I have recently caught my boyfriend writing about me in a group that is anti-females. It's a group making fun of women and say things like, "Women are trash," etc. He made me food today which I said kindly, "Thank you," for then I noticed he put quite a lot of wedges on my plate so I said, "Why so many, darling?" He just said he felt bad as he was having 2 chicken breasts so I said he should have gave more potatoes to him, not in any foul mannerism. Then I proceeded to eat and watch a Proger M together. I am type 1 diabetic so I can't eat that much carbs without having to take an unreasonable amount of insulin injection. After I finished eating and injecting, I asked if he could go shop to get water for me from the shop as the water isn't drinkable out of his taps, and there was a little outburst that happened. I had tidied his room while he was out at work earlier today. I'd done the dishes, folded his washing and put them neatly away, hoovered and dusted everything, antibacted the place out, made sure to make it smell good too. I thought he would appreciate it. So I said could he go to fetch me some water. Little did I know he was making a long paragraph about me being ungrateful to him for the food. Which never happened. They was all saying that I'm disrespectful, etc. He tried to hide his phone at first, but I said I don't hide things when he wanted to see. My heart sank. I felt betrayed as he knew I am going through being bullied at work and now he joins in. I keep giving him chances to be supportive. It's my fault as I knew he was in that group and had fallen out with him before over it. He said it was nothing to do with me that he is in it. But this has been proven wrong. Your last paragraph is sadly correct. You knew he was in that group so I'm not sure what you accepted. You guys already had a falling out because of it. Learn. You are dating a MS Yognist. Don't like it? Leave. This guy has no respect for you, and people who go out of their way to make up stories to talk shit about their partner are not going to change and do not deserve another chance. You deserve better than this. There are significant other many issues. 1. You are diabetic and he intentionally gave you food that would cause issues, carb. Taking the safe food, meat, for himself. That's not accidental or coincidental. You aren't safe. 2. He's posting about you in a hate group. Girl. He hates you. Fucking leave. 3. You are basically his house slave, and he despises you and is emotionally abusive. Run, run, run. Don't break up, disappear. Normally I try to suggest that people talk through their issues, but you have already done that with him. The fact that he can talk badly about you, even anonymously on the internet, is worrisome. That fact that he talks badly about all women is also worrisome. You may have to find someone who will treat you better. Oh honey, once you're out the door, break up with him and go home where you could relax and be at peace. You're already dealing with enough issues and he wants to add his whining ass to the list. Block him from every social media. It's clear that he belittle you to others. It's only a matter of time when he will do it publicly. What he needs is therapy to help him regarding his mother, not join a bunch of misogynistic jerks and say lies about you. I wish you well. Time for a new boyfriend.